Imagine James Altucher sitting alone in his cramped New York apartment in the early 2000s, broke, depressed, and desperate for a break. He's just lost a business, struggling with failure after failure. But instead of quitting, he starts asking, what if the 10,000-hour rule isn't the only way? What if mastery could come faster, driven by passion and curiosity? What if you could skip the line entirely, jump ahead of the queue others wait at for years? That question changes everything. Most of us grew up believing you need 10,000 hours to master anything. But Altucher throws a wrench in that thinking, sharing how he sidestepped this dogma and got good fast. After multiple failed startups and personal setbacks, James realized grinding endlessly wasn't enough. He started experimenting, focusing not on blind hours but on his unique strengths and what excited him most. For example, when he began investing, James dove into studying just the companies and industries he loved, skipping generic investing courses that would have taken years. Think of learning like exploring a jungle with a flashlight rather than a marathon runner on a treadmill. Instead of mindless repetition, being curious lets you spot paths others miss. James compares this to how a child learns language, not by endless drills but by joyful discovery, trial, and error in real conversations. The payoff: James transformed from stuck and depressed to thriving entrepreneur and investor. Skipping the line doesn't mean cutting corners, it means focusing energy where it counts. His surprising insight: the more you chase your genuine interests, the faster mastery unfolds and the work stops feeling like work. Forget the old career ladder, jobs vanish, industries mutate, and your interests will evolve. Altucher insists your survival hinges on leaning into uncertainty, not fearing it. James shares how after his 2008 financial crash wipeout, instead of sinking further, he flipped his mindset. He saw failure not as defeat but as a door opening into something new. This mental shift led him explore reinventing careers multiple times, from financial writing to angel investing to podcasting, all because he stopped fearing failure. Uncertainty isn't a hazard, it's like weather on the ocean. You can't control the storm, but you can learn to sail your boat in choppy waters. James calls this learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Instead of clinging to certainty, you train your mind to pivot and adapt quickly, turning chaos into your playground. The transformation is profound. By acting like a surfer, constantly reading shifts and catching new waves, you stay ahead, never stuck behind outdated roles or industries. This mindset doesn't just protect your livelihood, it catapults your growth, making life unpredictable but wildly exciting. Altucher's radical idea: when you lead from curiosity and passion, skills, leadership, and influence follow naturally. This flips the traditional hierarchy on its head. James tells about pitching startup ideas not with rehearsed scripts but honest curiosity about his audience's needs. This genuine interest made strangers open doors and become partners. When you ask real questions, people feel seen and they want to help. This approach replaced nervous pitching with engaging conversations. Negotiation for James isn't a power play, it's a dance of genuine give and take. He compares it to jazz improvisation, paying attention, listening deeply, and responding creatively. Instead of win-lose battles, it becomes about finding surprising, shared value that leaves both sides smiling. The final insight: when passion leads, leadership blossoms as a natural byproduct. People follow who are excited and curious, not just those with fancy titles or seniority. Your energy becomes magnetic, speeding your rise faster than traditional routes ever could. Remember James in that tiny NY apartment, lost but refusing to wait for permission to succeed? That's your move too. When you follow what genuinely excites you, master skills with curiosity, and welcome uncertainty like an old friend, you don't just skip the line, you change the game entirely. Try this: pick one passion today and immerse yourself for just 30 focused minutes. You'll be amazed how far curiosity can catapult you. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.